welcome to my studio. We're going to have lots of fun with our project today. Let's get started. So for this project we're going to be using caulking, and I'm using Dab, the Alex Plus. You want to make sure this is white. And I pick mine up at Walmart. This is under $2 usually, and how I know it, because some of those get so mixed in, the last numbers are 101, so that is what I use. I also use an easy caulking gun. This makes it so much easier to use and to load over the other ones. I also use a frosting tip cover. This is kind of a newer thing. I purchased that at Hobby Lobby, and I can put that on the end and save it. And also my clippers. I just clip the ends off of the caulking with that, and then that makes it really easy to do, and we're ready to go. We've talked about what kind it is, and we're going to put it into our container, and we're going to color it. Now you can use any color you want. I'm going to be using yellow. I happen to be using Buttercup. I'm going to mix this really well. And then we're going to start putting it into our frosting bag. I'm using the food coloring because when you use any other items, let's say acrylic paint, it changes the consistency of the caulking, the frosting, and then you don't work as well. It doesn't work. You're not going to be making bodies. It thins it out a lot. So that's why we're using the food coloring, and it takes way less. And paint can take quite a bit to color it. So we're going to start. I cut a bunch of squares of my parchment paper or wax paper. I've got my tray set up. When they're done, they go on the old craft tray there. So we're going to be making roses with our star tip, and I'm using about a 14 star tip. And I usually do this when I have leftover frosting, and then I have this flowers ready to go for the next project. Okay. So we're going to simply start in the middle. We're going to just be pushing constantly as we go, and we're going to go around that center as we go. And you can do it as big or as little as you want to. I don't think it should be too big because we're doing a smaller tip. So if you were going to be using or wanting a bigger rose, then do a bigger tip. So I've gone around that about 2 times, and you want that nice and even, and keep it consistent in size with your other ones. And look how cute and how simple that was. And it's just, you can do more than one on probably your little wax paper squares, and that's all those are. And those are just really, really sweet. And with the little leaves added to them, they really are cute. So we're going to make our tiny leaves. And this is a leaf tip, and this is a 65. It's tiny, and it fits for our tiny roses. And I've already colored my frosting, and I used moss green, and I love this. And what I've done is I put a tad of my frosting on the outside of the leaf because, or excuse me, outside of the container, because it doesn't look like this color. But this is my favorite color, is a leaf green. It's almost a sage green. It gives it that delicate look to me. I really, really like that. So we're going to get ready to frost our leaves now. Once our little star roses are done, we're going to put our, dry. You want to make sure they're dry. Then we're going to come in and add our little leaves here. And you're just going to push and pull and push and pull. And if you pull just a little bit while you're still pushing, you get those nice little leaves. And I do 2. You can do 3, you can do 1. But for what I normally use, I like the 2 right next to each other. And that looks really good to me. And you can add a pigment powder onto your roses, and we can add some to our leaves. Now let's do some smaller ones here, and we want to go with just making these not real big, so we just want to barely push, and I kind of push up against the rose to get it to anchor, so you can see how that is smaller. So kind of push up there and then pull off of that. And then we have those smaller leaves. Wipe your tip off in between to clean that so you can start that one nice and even. But doesn't those look really precious? Those would be so cute on lots of projects that we can make with that. And the nice thing is when that dry, if you don't like it, you can trim down the sides with your scissors. So that is really simple. Don't make it hard. It's nice and easy. So we're going to take our pigment powder, our mica powder, and we're going to now do our leaves. And just a little bit. You can use any color of green you want to. Or you can also use a gold or anything that highlights it like that, and it gives it that nice shiny effect. Once everything has dried, we're going to go ahead and spray varnish it while it is still on our little wax paper squares. Everything except for the bees. You can use anything you want to. This helps keep the color, the glitter, the pigment powder, the mica powder, any of those items on and protected, and just really helps protect your color as well. So I use gloss. I know this one says matte, it's kind of covering it up there. I use gloss because to me gloss is the frosting look, but you could use whatever you like. I go to Walmart, I buy the least inexpensive. You've got Krylon, you've got Rust-Oleum, anything you want to. Do a couple of light layers, and once they're dry, peel them off of that wax paper. Don't leave those over a period of time. They'll get harder to take off. And then you're ready to use them. And you can also, after that, after they're dry really well, you can store them and have them ready to go for a fun project. I hope you had lots of fun and enjoyed that. If you ever have any questions, send us an email at art@miriamjoy.com. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our videos so we can continue to grow. God bless.